Imagine for a moment that the life you're living right now is the result of every thought you've ever had. Your mind, powerful beyond measure, is the architect of your reality. But here's the truth: most of us are living on autopilot, stuck in the same loops of thought, emotion, and behavior. What if I told you that you could break free? That by changing your mind, you could change your entire life. Science now confirms what the greatest minds of history have always known: the thoughts you think create the world you see. Today, we're going to dive into the incredible power of your mind and uncover how you can rewire it to design a future beyond anything you've ever imagined. The question is, are you ready to step out of the old and into the new? Imagine just for a moment that the life you're living right now is the result of every thought you've ever had. The choices you've made, the emotions you've felt, and the beliefs you've held have all come together to create your current reality. It might sound daunting, but what if I told you that this truth holds the key to something extraordinary? Your mind is more powerful than you've been led to believe. It's the architect of your reality, shaping your experiences and outcomes every single day. But here's the challenge: most of us live our lives on autopilot, cycling through the same thoughts, emotions, and behaviors. We wake up each morning with the same worries, relive past hurts, and predict the same outcomes. This repetition creates familiar patterns in the brain, patterns that dictate who we are, how we feel, and what we expect from life. Over time, these patterns solidify into habits, and those habits define us. They become the stories we tell ourselves about who we are and what's possible for us. Now, consider this: if your current reality is a reflection of your past thoughts and beliefs, then changing your thoughts can change your future. This is not wishful thinking, it's science. Your brain has the incredible ability to rewire itself. This process, known as neuroplasticity, means you are not hardwired to remain the same. You have the power to reshape your mind, break free from limiting patterns, and create a new reality. But transformation requires something from you. It requires awareness. The first step to change is recognizing the invisible programs running in your mind. Those doubts, fears, and insecurities that play on repeat are not who you are, they're simply patterns. Patterns you can interrupt. Patterns you can replace. To change your mind is to become aware of these subconscious scripts and decide they no longer serve you. Think about this: every thought you have sends a signal to your body, triggering an emotional response. Over time, those emotions affect your physical health, your energy, and even your actions. When you think negative thoughts, when you focus on stress, fear, or lack, your body responds as if those threats are real, creating a cycle of tension and limitation. But the opposite is also true. When you choose empowering thoughts, your body responds with calm, energy, and expansion. By shifting your focus, you shift your energy, and when you shift your energy, you shift your life. The key is learning to live in the present moment. So many of us are trapped in the past, replaying memories and experiences that no longer serve us. Or we're stuck in the future, worrying about things that haven't even happened. But the present moment is where your power lies. It's in the now that you can decide who you want to be and how you want to show up in the world. This isn't about ignoring reality, it's about creating a new one. By visualizing your future with clarity and intention, you train your brain to believe in possibilities beyond your current circumstances. When you see it in your mind and feel it in your heart, your brain begins to build the neural pathways needed to bring that vision to life. Of course, this transformation doesn't happen overnight. It requires practice. It requires commitment. Meditation, gratitude, and intentional focus are powerful tools that can help you align your thoughts with the future you want. Each day is an opportunity to reinforce new beliefs, recondition your emotions, and step closer to your ideal self. And here's the most beautiful part: you don't have to be defined by your past. You don't have to be a victim of your circumstances or a prisoner of your fears. The power to change is already within you. It starts with a single decision to stop living by the default programs of your mind and start creating intentionally. So I'll ask you again, are you ready to step out of the old and into the new? Because the moment you decide to change your mind is the moment you take back control of your life. The possibilities are endless, and they're waiting for you. You said, the power to change your life lies in your ability to change your mind. It's such a simple idea, yet its implications are profound. We often underestimate just how much control we have over our own realities. Most people live as though life is happening to them, like they are passengers on a ride they didn't choose. But what if you could step into the driver's seat? What if you could design your future instead of reliving your past? This is the promise of transformation, the ability to consciously shape your destiny by first shaping your thoughts. The human brain is an incredible tool, designed not only to perceive reality but to create it. Every thought you think, every belief you hold, sends a signal into your body, activating emotional states and shaping your actions. Over time, these repeated thoughts and feelings create deeply ingrained neural pathways. These pathways become your habits, your identity, and ultimately your reality. If you wake up every day thinking the same thoughts and feeling the same emotions, you will continue to experience the same life. It's not magic, it's biology. Your brain is simply following the blueprint you've given it. This is why change can feel so difficult. The brain loves efficiency, and it takes energy to create new patterns. It's easier to stay in the comfort of the familiar, even when the familiar is holding you back. But here's the liberating truth: the discomfort of staying the same will eventually outweigh the effort required to change. When you reach that point, you'll realize that transformation is not just possible, it's essential. The first step in this process is awareness. You must become aware of the thoughts, beliefs, and emotions that are no longer serving you. Pay attention to the stories you tell yourself, those internal dialogues that limit your potential. Perhaps you've told yourself that you're not good enough, that success isn't for people like you, or that it's too late to change. These thoughts are not facts, they're programs running on a loop. And the moment you recognize them for what they are, you begin to break their hold on you. Once you've identified these limiting patterns, you can start to replace them. This isn't about forcing positivity or ignoring challenges. It's about consciously choosing new thoughts that align with the life you want to create. Imagine the version of yourself that has already achieved what you desire. What do they think? How do they feel? How do they act? The more vividly you can imagine this version of yourself, the more you train your brain to believe in that possibility. Visualization is a powerful tool in this process. When you close your eyes and picture your ideal future, you're not just daydreaming, you're rewiring your brain. Neuroscience shows that the brain doesn't distinguish between an imagined experience and a real one. By visualizing your goals with clarity and emotion, you create the neural pathways needed to make them a reality. Pair this with gratitude, and you amplify the process even further. Gratitude signals to your brain that the desired outcome is already here, aligning your energy with your vision. But visualization alone isn't enough. Transformation requires action. Each new thought must be paired with new behavior. When you step outside your comfort zone and act in alignment with your vision, you send a powerful message to your brain: this is who I am now. These actions, no matter how small, create momentum. Over time, they compound, leading to shifts in your identity and your reality. This journey is not without its challenges. Your old patterns won't disappear overnight. There will be moments of doubt, discomfort, and resistance. But these moments are not failures, they are opportunities. Each time you choose to think a new thought or take a new action, you strengthen your ability to create change. Consistency is the key. The more you practice, the more natural it becomes. Remember, you are not a prisoner of your past. You are not defined by your mistakes, your circumstances, or your fears. You are a creator capable of designing a life that reflects your highest potential. The power to change your mind is the power to change your life. And the best part, you don't need permission from anyone else to start. Right now, in this moment, you have a choice. You can stay the same, repeating the patterns that have brought you here, or you can decide to step into a new way of being. It won't be easy, And it won't happen overnight, but it will be worth it. Because when you change your mind, you change your energy. And when you change your energy, you change your entire reality. Every moment of your life offers a choice to remain as you are or to become something greater. The mind is the starting point of all transformation, the engine of creation within you, shaping your experiences, relationships, and even your destiny. Yet so many people live unaware of this power, allowing their thoughts and beliefs to be dictated by their past, their environment, or the opinions of others. What if you could reclaim that power? What if you could shift the trajectory of your life simply by changing the way you think? The truth is that most of us operate on autopilot. The majority of our thoughts each day are the same as the day before. These habitual thoughts trigger the same emotions, which lead to the same actions, reinforcing the same outcomes. Over time, this repetition creates an identity, a self-image based on who we've been, not who we could become. This is why change feels so elusive. The brain thrives on familiarity, and stepping into the unknown requires a conscious effort to override those deeply ingrained patterns. But here's the beautiful thing: you are not your past. You are not the collection of thoughts and emotions that have shaped your life up to this point. Those are just programs running in your subconscious. And like any program, they can be rewritten. The process begins with awareness. Pay attention to the thoughts that dominate your mind throughout the day. Are they empowering or limiting? Are they aligned with the life you want to create? Or are they keeping you stuck in old patterns? Once you become aware of these thought patterns, you gain the ability to disrupt them. Every time you catch yourself thinking a limiting thought, you have a choice to replace it with something new. It's not about pretending everything is perfect. It's about shifting your focus to what's possible. For example, instead of thinking, "I'll never succeed," try asking yourself, "What can I do today to move closer to my goals?" This simple shift redirects your energy from despair to action. Your thoughts don't just exist in your mind, they have a profound impact on your emotions and your body. When you think empowering thoughts, your body responds with feelings of confidence, hope, and excitement. These emotions fuel your actions, which in turn create new results. But when you dwell on fear, self-doubt, or regret, your body experiences stress, which can paralyze you and keep you in a cycle of inaction. By changing your thoughts, you change your emotional state. And by changing your emotional state, you open yourself up to new possibilities. Visualization is a powerful tool in this process. Your mind cannot distinguish between an experience you vividly imagine and one that is real. When you visualize your ideal future with clarity and emotion, you are training your brain to believe in that possibility. Imagine the life you want to create, the person you want to become. See it in detail. Feel the emotions as though it's already happening. This practice creates new neural pathways in your brain, making it easier to take the actions necessary to bring that vision to life. But visualization alone is not enough. Change requires action. Each new thought and belief must be supported by new behaviors. It's not enough to think differently, you must live differently. Take steps, even small ones, that align with the future you want. These actions not only build momentum, but also reinforce your new identity. Every time you step out of your comfort zone, you are telling yourself, "I am capable of change." This process isn't always easy. Your old patterns will try to pull you back, and there will be moments of doubt and resistance. But remember, growth happens in discomfort. Every time you push through those moments, you are rewiring your brain, strengthening your resolve, and building a foundation for lasting transformation. The beauty of this journey is that it doesn't require perfection, just persistence. Change is a process, not an event. Each day is an opportunity to think a new thought, take a new action, and become a little closer to the person you aspire to be. And as you continue to practice, you'll find that the life you once dreamed of is now your reality. The power to change your mind is the power to change your life. It's a gift that's already within you, waiting to be claimed. You don't have to stay stuck in the patterns of the past. You don't have to be defined by your circumstances or your mistakes. You are a creator, and your life is your masterpiece. So today, make the decision to start anew. Choose thoughts that uplift you, take actions that inspire you, and watch as your world begins to transform. Because the moment you change your mind, you open the door to infinite possibilities. Life is a constant reflection of the thoughts you hold and the beliefs you nurture. Whether you realize it or not, your mind is the most powerful tool you possess. It can be the engine that propels you toward the life you dream of, or it can be the weight that holds you back. The difference lies in one simple but profound realization: you are not bound by the way things have always been. You have the power to change your mind, and in doing so, to change your life. Every day you think tens of thousands of thoughts. The majority of them are the same ones you thought yesterday and the day before that, and the day before that. These repetitive thoughts create a feedback loop in your brain, reinforcing familiar emotions and driving predictable actions. Over time, these loops become your reality. But what if those familiar thoughts aren't serving you? What if they're limiting you, keeping you small, or chaining you to a version of yourself that no longer feels right? The truth is, your brain is not fixed. It's not hardwired to stay the same. Thanks to neuroplasticity, your brain is constantly adapting and rewiring itself based on what you think, feel, and experience. This means that no matter how deeply ingrained your patterns may feel, they are not permanent. They can be changed. You can consciously create new pathways, new habits, and ultimately a new reality. The first step is becoming aware of the patterns that no longer serve you. Pay attention to the thoughts that arise when you face challenges or uncertainty. Do you default to self-doubt, fear, or frustration? Do you tell yourself stories like, "I'm not good enough, I always fail," or "this is just the way things are"? These stories are not truths, they are narratives your mind has clung to because they feel familiar. Recognizing them for what they are, just thoughts, not facts, is the first step toward change. Once you've identified these limiting beliefs, the next step is to challenge them. Ask yourself, is this really true? Is there another way to see this situation? Shifting your perspective opens the door to new possibilities. Instead of focusing on what you can't do, start asking, what if I could? Instead of dwelling on past failures, ask, what can I learn from this? And how can I grow? These questions redirect your mind from limitation to curiosity, from stagnation to movement. Visualization is a powerful tool for rewiring your brain and changing your mindset. When you visualize a future you desire, you're not just daydreaming, you're engaging your brain in creating new neural pathways. Close your eyes and imagine your ideal life in vivid detail. See yourself achieving your goals, living with joy, and stepping into your full potential. Feel the emotions of that success as if it's already real: gratitude, excitement, confidence. The more you practice this, the more your brain begins to believe in this new reality and aligns your actions to make it happen. But visualization alone isn't enough. You must pair it with action. Transformation requires stepping outside your comfort zone and taking bold steps toward your vision. These actions don't have to be monumental. Even small changes can create a ripple effect. Each time you take a step aligned with your desired future, you strengthen the belief that you are capable of change. Over time, these small actions compound into significant shifts. The journey of transformation isn't always easy. Your old patterns will resist change because they are familiar and comfortable. You might face moments of doubt or fear, wondering if you're capable of becoming the person you aspire to be. But remember, growth happens when you lean into discomfort and keep moving forward, despite it. Every time you choose a new thought, a new action, or a new belief, you are rewriting your story. You are not your past. You are not your mistakes, your circumstances, or your fears. You are a creator capable of designing a life that reflects your truest self. The power to change your mind is already within you, waiting to be unleashed. It doesn't require perfection, it only requires persistence. Today you have the opportunity to begin anew, to think differently, to feel differently, to act differently. Each choice you make is a brushstroke on the canvas of your life, shaping a masterpiece that only you can create. The moment you change your mind, you open the door to endless possibilities. And as you step through that door, you'll realize that the life you've always dreamed of is not just possible, it's waiting for you. Every significant transformation in life begins with a decision to see the world, yourself, and your possibilities differently. The most profound change you can make is not external but internal. It starts in the mind. When you change your mind, you shift the entire foundation upon which your reality is built. This is not some abstract concept, it's the very essence of how human beings create and recreate their lives. And the incredible part, you already possess everything you need to make that shift. Most people don't realize they're living in patterns. From the moment they wake up, their thoughts are often a replay of yesterday's concerns, judgments, and limitations. These repetitive thoughts shape their emotions, which in turn dictate their actions, reinforcing the same outcomes. Over time, this cycle becomes their identity. They begin to believe this is just who I am, or this is just the way life is, but this isn't the truth, it's a habit. It's the brain following the path of least resistance, repeating what it knows because it's easier than stepping into the unknown. The truth is, you're not fixed. Your mind, like the rest of your body, is incredibly adaptable. Neuroscience shows us that the brain is constantly rewiring itself in response to what we think, feel, and do. This means that no matter how long you've been stuck in a particular pattern, it's never too late to change. Your brain is waiting for you to give it a new blueprint, a new way of thinking that aligns with the life you want to create. The first step in this process is awareness. You can't change what you're not aware of. Start by observing your thoughts. What's the story you tell yourself about who you are? Are your thoughts dominated by fear, self-doubt, or frustration? Or are they filled with curiosity, possibility, and hope? Pay attention to the emotional states these thoughts create. If you find yourself constantly stressed, anxious, or stuck, it's a sign that your thoughts are not serving you. Once you become aware of these limiting patterns, you can start to question them. Are they true? Are they helping you become the person you want to be? Often, the stories we tell ourselves are based on old experiences or fears, not on current reality or future potential. By questioning these narratives, you loosen their grip on your mind and open up space for new possibilities. Visualization is one of the most powerful tools you can use to shift your mindset. When you close your eyes and imagine the life you want to live, you're not just picturing a distant possibility, you're creating it in your mind. Your brain doesn't differentiate between a vividly imagined experience and a real one. By visualizing your ideal future, you train your brain to believe it's achievable, but don't just see it, feel it. What would it feel like to live that life? Joy, confidence, peace. The more emotion you bring to your visualization, the more your brain and body align with that vision. However, transformation doesn't stop at the mind. It requires action. Every new thought needs to be followed by a new behavior. If you're visualizing a confident, successful version of yourself, how would that version of you act? What decisions would they make? What risks would they take? Even small actions, when taken consistently, can create a ripple effect that transforms your reality. Each time you act in alignment with your vision, you reinforce it, building new neural pathways that make that behavior more natural over time. Of course, there will be challenges. The old patterns won't disappear without resistance. You might feel pulled back into your comfort zone, tempted to revert to the thoughts and habits that feel familiar. But discomfort is a sign of growth. Each time you push through it, you are proving to yourself that you are capable of change. Transformation doesn't require perfection, it requires persistence. You are not defined by your past. You are not the mistakes you've made, the circumstances you faced, or the limitations others have placed on you. You are infinitely more than that. You are a creator, equipped with the ability to design your life from the inside out. The power to change your mind is the power to change your future. Every moment is an opportunity to choose differently, to think differently, to act differently. Your mind is the starting point, and it's where all change begins. Today, decide to become aware of your thoughts. Decide to question the ones that no longer serve you. Decide to visualize the life you want and take the steps to make it real. Each small decision brings you closer to the person you are meant to be. And when you change your mind, you'll find that the world around you begins to change as well. Doors you never noticed will open. Opportunities you once thought impossible will appear. Because when you align your thoughts, emotions, and actions with your highest vision, the universe responds. The possibilities are endless, and they are waiting for you to claim them.